guys, and welcome back to another episode of Brit's Brew. Before I even get into this video or tell you the topic, I first want to say thank you to everybody who liked, who commented, who was just excited for me to start the series again. I got a lot of great feedback. I was actually pretty nervous to put up that video. It can be kind of a touchy subject, and I figured that it would be, but I do want to say the feedback was great. Everybody's comments I appreciate so much, and just everybody who's excited and ready for me to start this series makes me super excited and happy as well. Today's topic is going to be all about confidence and finding my confidence. And I say finding because, and I don't know if you can truly ever find your 100% confidence. Maybe you can. I'm just not at that point yet, but I have definitely found more confidence, and I find it constantly building, and it's really interesting, and I'm gonna go into that in this video and kind of share my experience with it after the separation with Ian. All right, so let's start when I was a teenager. It's really weird because I have been this unique person where I've found myself very quiet and shy, and I'm still very much so like that. Not as bad as it used to be. I'm definitely coming out of my shell more and more as I'm finding out who I am, but I've also always known who I am in a sense. I don't know, it's so hard for me to explain. Like, I've been confident, but I've also been kind of shy and reserved at the same time. It's like I'm in my little bubble, my little hermit shell. I know who I am, and I know what I like, and I know what my values and my morals are, but at the same time I can be very shy too. At least for me, when I think of confidence, I think of somebody that's out there and that's talkative and that's very bubbly and eccentric, and I'm coming to find out that that's not always the case. You can be very confident and know who you are, and people define confidence, of course, in different many ways, but you can be shy, but you can still know who you are and be very confident in who you are. So what I'm trying to say is, I guess confidence, you can define it your own way, or what you think is confidence. And if you want to leave in the comments down below what you think confident is or what it means to you, I would love to hear that as well. But that's kind of how I have always thought of confidence. It's so weird because I've always wanted to be that outgoing person who can talk to anybody and can make friends like that, and it's just very talkative and outgoing, and I can be like that once I know somebody really, really well, but not off the bat. But I will say, in high school I was pretty confident. I was quiet, but at the same time I dressed how I wanted to dress, and I did what I wanted to do. And was I a little reserved? Yes. So fast forward to having kids, I think, and this happens to a lot of moms, not every mom goes through this, but a lot of moms go through this, where after you have kids you lose a little bit of who you are, or maybe just a little bit of who you are kind of gets drowned in the mix of it. You know, you sleepless nights, taking care of kids, you know, doing this, doing that, carpooling, activities, and you do lose a little bit of yourself, maybe even a little bit of your self-esteem and confidence. I know I did, for sure. And I think even before I got pregnant with Nolan, right around the same time that I got diagnosed with depression, that was a very low point for myself, very low in my self-esteem and confidence, and just not really knowing like what I was doing or who I am or anything like that. I will say, and you guys can take this however you want, I'm just sharing my experience coming from an unhealthy relationship. I really suppressed who I was and suppressed my feelings for multiple reasons. I don't want to get into the details, but you know, I just really suppressed who I am, and I suppressed myself, just everything. And you know, not to get back into all of that because I've already talked about that, and you know, honestly I just kind of want to move on from that and just focus on the future and just the now, mainly the now, just focus on the now. But yeah, I did lose a lot of my confidence. Honestly, I kind of felt, in this, not even just our relationship, but just being a mom of 3, I got so used to just being a robot. If you're moms, you get it. You know what I'm talking about. And I just kind of lost myself. I kind of slowly, I would still take care of myself and, you know, put makeup on and get up for the day and, you know, dress up every now and then. But inside, it was a lot different. What you were seeing on the outside was totally different on the inside. And after realizing, you know, this relationship with Ian is not the healthiest, that we're just not healthy together. I had a lot of faults. He had a lot of faults. We really need to have some time apart. We need a separation. We need to figure out who we are, because things are just not healthy and just not working now. So after moving out and kind of, I guess you could say, my journey to finding my own happiness and figuring out who I am and what I want to do in this world, I have definitely found a lot of confidence along the way. And I'll tell you what it is. Now, I'm a little afraid to say this, but since we're talking about confidence, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there. And I know a lot of people associate this word with a negative connotation and they think of it negatively. And even if you look up the definition, it's, you know, it's not, I guess, the best word to use. For once, I was selfish. And maybe there's a better word to use that I'm just not thinking of right now. So maybe if you want to leave that down below, but I started to become selfish. And again, I know a lot of people take this in a negative way, and a lot of people consider me selfish, which is fine because I know I'm not a selfish person, or at least the way that people describe me. I know I'm not that person. But for once, I started to think about myself and to care about myself. Now, that's not to say I was not thinking about my kids, because obviously my kids are my #1 priority and I would do anything for my kids. See, to me, I think to be selfish can be very beneficial at times. To put yourself forward, to figure out what is best for you, what is making you happy, think about yourself first. For me, that was very, very crucial in my confidence and my happiness, because I didn't have to suppress who I was anymore, and I didn't have to sacrifice who I was anymore. Finding my own confidence, I decided I'm going to be selfish for once. I'm going to think about myself and what I need, because if you think about it, you can't pour a cup from an empty glass. And a lot of people have told me that, and it's so true. You have to fill your glass first before you can fill others. And I want to be the best mom that I can for my kids and make sure that I'm happy and I'm confident and I know who I am, so I can also radiate that to my children as well. So of course, I stepped away from an unhealthy relationship, given Ian is still in my life, but we are better off friends. So we work and function better as friends. So that was the first step for me. Getting my own place was another step, but even though it's been hard and challenging, I've learned a lot and I've built confidence from that. I've also started to take care of myself and my body, working out again. That has definitely built my confidence up, because I was just not confident about my body at all, given I know I have had 3 kids and I just had a baby a year ago, but I just wanted to feel good about myself. I wanted to take care of my body. You know, we only get one body. We need to take care of it. We need to make sure it's healthy. And then a lot of you guys have noticed that I've started to treat myself to a new wardrobe. I didn't go crazy. I just wanted to get a few outfits that made me feel good. And I will say, I'll be the first one to say that material things or money doesn't define confidence either. Because at the end of the day, someone can have all the money in the world, they can have all the best clothes, everything nice and expensive, but they could not be a confident person as well. And that's why I think everybody's different, everybody's confidence is different, and it just comes down to what defines your confidence and what is going to make you confident. That's why I'm titling this video Finding My Confidence, because I'm still finding it. I have gained a lot of confidence, but at the same time, I'm still finding it as well. And who knows, maybe we'll never ever fully reach 100% confidence, but at the same time, if you're working towards whatever makes you happy, what makes you a confident person, whatever you believe in, then at the end of the day, that is all that matters. So Harlow wanted to join this video really quick. You want to say hi to everybody? Say hi. Say hi. How old is Harlow? How old is she? Is she 1? So before I end this video, I just want to share with you guys really quickly this article that has really helped with my confidence, and I wanted to pass it and share it with you guys. So hold on, let me find it. I should have had this ready and I'm not prepared at all. So really quickly, I want to share with you this article that I found. It was actually the first one that popped up. I read a whole bunch, but it was the one that resonated the most with me and what I want to share with you guys. I'll be leaving a link down below if you guys want to read it and check it out. But just kind of help build your confidence and even your self-esteem as well. And I know we talked about this. The first 2 points was groom yourself and dress nicely. Now, given you don't always have to dress nicely, or I guess groom yourself to feel your most confident. I think that kind of goes hand in hand on what you define as confident for yourself. But another thing is to think positive, which I know is easier said than done. And sometimes I can get stuck in having my negative thoughts and not thinking positively. And I've realized, and I'm still guilty of it of course, but I realized that that's not going to get you anywhere. So one thing that I've started to do lately is thinking of the positives as much as possible. Like I said, with getting my own place, I was scared and it's been challenging, but I've looked at the positives because it's made me a stronger person. So I think just your outlook in the way you respond to things is crucial, so important. Just know I am nowhere near perfect. I don't have it all down pat, and I still struggle sometimes, but this has really helped. It really has helped, and I hope that it can help you guys as well. So hand in hand with that, kill negative thoughts, get to know yourself. I think that is really, really important. And one of the things that I've realized having kids so young, there's so many positives to having kids young, but you really don't get to know yourself. And then act positive, be kind and generous, get prepared. This can come in different waves for different people on what you want to accomplish and what your goals are. Know your principles and live them. Very, very important. And I know as I'm reading some of these things, they're like very cliche and the obvious, and you're like, okay, we know that. But if you think about it, everything that's cliche and things that you hear over and over and over are life secrets, at least my personal opinion, because anything that I've ever done that is cliche, like for example, exercising, just eating healthier, drinking water, moving your body, I know that's so cliche, but it works. So that's just to give you guys an example. So I know a lot of these things are cliche, but they really, really help, and it's been helping me. But in my eyes, if you're working towards being the best version of yourself, then that's all that matters. That's all that matters. If you're happy, you're healthy, that's all that matters as well. If you have any feedback or any comments, anything you want to leave down below, please go ahead and leave it. I would love to read your comments, and I would love to see what you guys define as confidence, because again, it's different for everybody on what we're trying to personally work on. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own journey, and in some shape, way, or form, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.